Hello, welcome to another talk on money, business, and investment. My name is Jose. I'm the founder of the company and brand here at Master Investor. Ensure to subscribe to our channel. We're going to be speaking about building our asset column and the importance of taking care of the boring stuff, right, when it comes to the legalities of our businesses. Our mission here at Master Investor is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity through high-quality financial education made simple with lucrative opportunities to build passive income and true wealth. Remember that in order for us to build wealth successfully, like the ultra wealthy, we must understand how to read financial statements, starting with a personal financial statement and improving that financial statement so that we can take control over our cash flow. A lot of people have no control over their cash flow. They work for money and they end up giving their money away, which they earn by exchanging time for money. They pay the highest in taxes. And this is majority of population in the world. That's how they live their life. They work for earned income. There are three types of income that exist when it comes to making money. Number one, earned income that comes from a job. Number two, capital gains income. It comes from investing. And number three, passive income, which also comes from investing. So two types of income comes from investing. So what we have to do in order to build wealth, we need to focus on building passive income. Rule number one in our community here, Master Investors, that we work to build passive income and make money work hard through sound investing. Multiply money, right? And so we respect rule number one. We're investing for passive income actively and we're making money multiplied through sound investing. Our mission, a Master Investor, like I mentioned, is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity through high-quality financial education made simple. We're looking for opportunities to build passive income and true wealth. If that sounds like something we all want to be part of, whoever is listening to this, make sure to follow us, click the link in the description, get our ebooks. We have 3 right now that we have turned into digital courses as well. They will change your perspective about money. They will give us instruction on how to start our businesses and how to elevate our financial IQ so that we solve financial problems in our lives, and it's up to us how wealthy we would like to be. Everybody's wealth number is different, and yesterday we talked about how to figure out our wealth number, and wealth is measured not just with money, but it's measured with time. In other words, how much free time and how much leverage do we have? How many years can we go? How much time can we go without working and still be able to thrive the lifestyle that we like to have, and even improve the lifestyle? If we want to get new luxury things, we can still have it because we have businesses and assets pumping in cash flow. Or if you want to test how wealthy you are right now and all you do is work at a job for money, figure out how much money you have saved up in the bank and how much would that take you, how many months would that money take you, depending on how much money you spend today per month. So if it only covers half a year, that's how wealthy the person is. It's a half a year because it's all based on the free time that we have and the ability to access that cash flow so that we can do whatever we want and still be able to pay our living expense without working at a job for money. So there's a different mindset when it comes to building wealth. A lot of people, the first thing that must happen is shift the mindset. Don't think of it as being corny. Don't be skeptical about things in life, because that's how people miss out on opportunities, is by being skeptical. Skepticism is not a good habit. It's not something we should attach ourselves to. In fact, when we feel that we should be skeptical, we need to look at that thing farther because it's something that interests us. It's something that maybe we need to do some research on and find out. Not everything is bad out there. So with that, understanding, we can ensure that we're building great relationships and we're taking advantage of every single opportunity that exists in front of us. Okay, we have the same resources because of technology. We all have a phone, we can access the internet for free, and we can deliver a message to the world, and we can have products behind our brands, of course, that are solving problems in the world. Every business is solving a problem in the world. So what type of problems do we want to solve? we need to find products and put systems in place that already exist so that it can do the selling and telling for us. Building wealth is all about having the right team, about talking about money all the time, learning more about money, the history of money. We have to also master financial education. And the only way to master that is by studying every single day, learning more about business, because investing is all about business. The more we talk about business, the better investors we become. So understand that every investment has a business underneath and it's always solving a problem in the marketplace. So our goal is to acquire assets that we can control, okay? That assets that we put together, right? We're raising capital, money's attracted to us because we understand what it takes to build an asset and what it takes to put a team together behind that asset and how to find the finance. Finance will finance, in fact, when we have a great deal, okay? There is money everywhere where we turn. Banks are in the business of lending money. We understood that a long time ago. So we have to also act like the bank. We need to learn how to use debt, how to utilize other people's money, OPM, and other people's time, OPT, to create abundance, to create wealth in our lives. See, it's all about speaking the right words, having the right positive people around us. It takes the right team. We need to trust other people when it comes to building our visions. No, everybody deserves our attention. So be selective in how we give our energy, okay? Who are we exchanging time with? It's important because time is the most precious asset we'll have. So what we need to focus on right now is in investing in financial education. Go get our ebooks, click the link in the description. We have 3 right now. If you haven't got them, make sure you get them because we want to be speaking on the same frequency, okay? We want to shift our context with the wealthy one, from the poor to the wealthy one. Those are the 2 types of context that exist. When you speak to somebody, you will know exactly if that person has a poor or a wealthy context. So we need to get the wealthy context so that when we pour in the right content, then it will stick, okay? But a lot of people need to shift the way we approach money, the way we think about money, our core values. I speak about it and cannot stress enough the importance of going back into our core values and shifting everything that we know about money to understanding how money is created today and how we should make it in order to become wealthy and financially free. A lot of people spend their entire life working for money and never reaching financial freedom, never enjoying what they truly want to do, okay? It's all about having the ability to execute and manifest our dreams and what we want and our desires and be able to impact the world in a positive way. How can we make a mark in the world even after we're not here any longer? We can still create an effect on other people because of our brands that we created, that we acquired, that we helped build. So there are many opportunities around. Click the link in the description. If you're stuck in a business and you don't know how to take it to the next level, then our ebooks are also for you. Any entrepreneur and investor should read our ebooks right now. Click the link in the description. We keep it authentic. We're the real and true brand of money, business, and investing of the entire world, okay? Because we keep it 100% authentic. Master Investor is all about bringing the master investor out of us and developing us into a true leader and a master investor. Remember, a master investor has 3 E's. Financial education is the first E. The second E is financial experience, meaning we need to take action and we need to get that experience. And then the third E is excess of cash flow. We need to have that passive income coming in. A master investor must receive passive income and must thrive with passive income and sometimes capital gains income. It's going to come in because there are 5 different asset classes that exist. We're going to invest in all of the 5 asset classes. Number 1, business. Number 2, real estate. Number 3, crypto. Number 4, commodities. And number 5, paper assets. It is ideal to start building a business and turning that into a brand and putting the legalities in place from the beginning, investing in our professional team. We're creating our 4th ebook, and also we're working on our 5th ebook, which is going to help us understand which corporation to choose, which state we should go into. Just showing the difference between the states and the United States, where we can actually get the most benefits as wealthy entrepreneurs and inside investors or master investors, right? So we want to choose the right corporation, the right entity when it comes to our businesses for tax purposes, to minimize taxes all the way to zero, and also for protection, because we have to treat our small business like a big business, and we have to treat our big business when it gets to that point like a small business, doing and taking care of the boring stuff, and always making sure we are involved in the decisions of the company. When it comes to listening to our advisors, we need to double check, we need to look over their shoulders. We have to listen, but don't just do what our advisors tells us, because we may need to upgrade that advisor. We may need to let him go and upgrade him because now we're at a different level. That's why every single professional that we have in our team must be educating themselves constantly, because we're growing. And so when we make more money, we need to figure out how to keep more money. It's not how much money we make, but how much money we keep. So understanding how to minimize taxes, how to utilize the laws to take advantage of all the benefits that we gain by doing what the government wants us to do, which is invest in the economy, invest in food, oil, and anything that helps humanity become a better place. The government benefits and gives us what people call a breaks, but they're not really breaks. I call them advantages, okay? We live in a capitalist country, and capitalism is all about being able to do free enterprising for a profit. Anybody can do it, and that's why in this country, in the United States, we have the ability to raise the capital from the banks, because they cannot do it themselves. They cannot come and control this building by themselves. They need a person in between. They need a private individual that lives in the United States to be able to raise that capital, because that is capitalism, and it's the best system to create wealth. It allows us to become wealthy without any worries of anybody taking anything from us. In fact, when we do what the government wants us to do, we get compensated even more. We don't pay taxes legally, we reduce taxes, and a lot of people tend to hide money when they start making money, and they maybe never took a financial education course. They never been taught that, hey, the laws actually benefit the wealthy entrepreneurs and the people that are making money through investing. So if a person all of a sudden starts a business and she or he makes a lot of cash flow and wants to hide those profits because he or she thinks it's the best way to avoid paying taxes, and it is the wrong strategy, because when we apply a tax strategy in front of the year ahead, and we actually are proactive in planning and implementing the strategies, we can say, okay, we're making X, Y, and Z amount this year on profits. This is what we're going to do with those profits. And when we do that and we invest it in those areas to improve the cash flow of the company, and we can turn a vacation into a business deduction, we can turn a new vehicle into a business deduction. So planning ahead with the profits and the gains that we're getting will tremendously and enormously reduce our taxes, okay? And we will be able to minimize them all the way to zero. In fact, when we focus on using debt, good debt, because debt is tax-free from the beginning, from the get-go. So we gotta use debt as much as possible. Even when we have our capital coming in and we have access to cash flow, or you have saved money, you have to understand how to raise capital, how to use that capital that you have to even get a bigger loan or get some sort of capital from that, okay? Multiplying that capital, raising capital is the key, okay, of investing. From the front end, when we build a business, we have to raise capital, right? The business has to raise capital. The business should always be built to raise capital, because that's business integrity. It means that it's making a profit. Nobody wants to invest in any business that's making no profits, okay? And that's why people create non-profits to do those donations in certain areas, and everybody donates for that certain cause. But when we're talking about profitable businesses, they have to be profitable, otherwise it's going to fail. A majority of businesses will fail after the first 2 to 3 years in business because they lack the 8 integrities of a successful business, which we explain in detail inside of our ebook, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On. Feel free to click the link in the description, join our inner circle. Trust me, you're gonna thank me later because in a year from now, you're gonna say, okay, that course is gonna be way more than it is now because we're adding exclusive interviews, more assets, aside from the ebook that is in that package, okay? You get an ebook, you get a financial statement that we can download into Excel to figure out where we are financially. That's the first step. A lot of people don't know where they are financially. All they know is that they work and they get a check and they have this living expenses. They have never put it all together on a piece of paper. So that's the first thing we should all do if you want to become truly wealthy. And wealth is measured in time. So everybody's wealth is different. You don't have to create millions of dollars to become wealthy. All you have to do is figure out what is your preferred or ideal standard of living that you like to live, and you're happy living that standard of living. You feel like a king or queen. How much does it take? 20,000 a month, 30,000, 100,000, 1 million, 100 million, 1 billion, a half a trillion, 1 trillion. How much is lifestyle, the ideal lifestyle that we want to have? And then we have to figure out what type of assets are we going to acquire and build that are producing passive income to cover that living expense in total. In other words, if it's 20,000, then those assets have to be making 20,000 plus without any issues every single month for the next 100 years, because we acquire true brands. We build a brand that everybody is enjoying in the world. Everybody's buying the products of that brand. People are becoming part of that community. And it's not even attached to our face or anything that has to do with us. Remember, a true financial investor doesn't have to be on the face of things. In fact, we can be behind the scenes and everything that we do is on the entities anyway. I like to come on videos and practice my communication skills, because if there are any gifts that we can all have, right? If there was a genie that appeared and said, okay, I'll give you 3 talents that no one, 3 super talents that makes you a superhero, what would they be? I would choose reading faster, right? Acquire as much knowledge as possible, reading faster than anybody, being able to go through a book in like milliseconds and acquire all that knowledge. And then I would say persuasion, become more persuasive, because when we can persuade in a good way, then we can do miracles. We can literally change humanity forever. We can shape the future for a better place, for a better community. Manipulation comes in when somebody is persuading people the wrong way. So we're talking about persuading people the right way, bringing greatness out of others. So then the third thing I would say, communication. We gotta communicate properly, right? Communication is key. The true leaders bring the best out of other people. And so what would be the 3 things that you would choose if there was a genie right now and they say, okay, I'll give you 3 things that you can do, okay? Because remember, with those 3 super skills that we get results, and we're gonna get whatever we want. So choose wisely, right? And that's the message, is that we need to understand that as a true leader, as a wealthy entrepreneur, we're making decisions every day. And we need to be detailed. We need to be OCD when it comes to our business. We need to understand how to take control over our finances. And the only way to do that is by being OCD when it comes to building wealth, meaning we are OCD about business and investing. We are looking at everything in detail. We can't go to sleep because we haven't fixed the one ad that we did today, or something is not working. We need to go ahead and fix it and tweak it to make it better. So become OCD when it comes to money so that we can improve our financial IQ. And financial literacy is the most important thing we can acquire every single day, because that is going to give us knowledge to be ahead of the curve. It's going to prepare us for any type of economy. As a master investor, we understand the economy goes up and down. And we're going to prepare for any type of economy. And the only way to do that is by having asset protection, by having real assets that we control and with our entities that are producing passive income and cash and capital gains income into our pocket. We're using that, we're minimizing taxes, right? And then we have the right legalities in place from the get-go. The boring stuff, we have to take care of it, okay? Don't make the mistake that many people make. They have money and they mismanage it. They hide money from the IRS and they end up either in prison or they end up broke and they just ruin their entire life due to lack of financial education and having the wrong team around them. So every time we have any type of capital, we should treat it as our slave. We need to say, okay, you capital have to go out there and work for us and come back with more money, okay? You're gonna go and work. We treat money as our slave, okay? Not the other way around. We're gonna make sure that we are constantly building our team. We are choosing the right people around us. We're investing in the different asset classes because that's how we protect from down economies, is by having different assets and different asset classes, not diversifying in just one asset class like majority of people do in the world. That's what they do. They diversify in the stock market because they lack financial education. Why? Because they're working all day at a job and they can't put time into financial education. So they usually get home after solving somebody else's problem all day long, working for somebody else's dream. Again, if you love your job, there's nothing wrong with it, but you still need to learn how to invest money. Otherwise, you're gonna lack the power to retire young and wealthy or whenever you want to retire and be able to have freedom and enjoy life without having to shrink. Majority of people end up shrinking at the end of their life. They start living with less and less and less instead of living with more freedom and more abundance. We have to become affluent. First, we need to have an affluent vocabulary. We need to have a vocabulary that speaks the lingo of the wealthy. Just like every profession, becoming wealthy is also a profession. It takes commitment, it takes guts, it takes perseverance, it takes patience, it takes understanding, it takes so much self-growth and truly investing in ourselves every single day and understanding that our job is to raise capital as a wealthy entrepreneur. And number one skill is to learn how to sell without selling using smart marketing and systems. And the next thing is to understand what a financial investor, a master investor's job is to multiply money through sound investing, to create passive income, okay? And so our job as a financial investor, as a wealthy entrepreneur, is to raise capital and then multiply money, invest for passive income actively, not give our money away to anybody. Now, there are companies out there that will give a legitimate passive income, a return on investment to the investors, the passive investors that they get, okay? But here at Master Investor, we're learning how to become a true leader, an inside investor, which is an active investor. It's not a passive investor. An active investor is the very opposite of a passive investor. Passive investor lacks financial education, so he or she does not know what's going on with their investment. They give their money away to somebody else. Usually they invest in fake assets like 401k, mutual funds, bonds, CDs, and so forth. Those were created for the financial uneducated. Now, when you become an inside investor, now you acquire financial education. We're taking control over the assets. We're taking control over the cash flow. We're taking control over the debt because we're raising and we're putting it together. And we're also taking care of the boring stuff, the legalities, the right entity, having the right team. So check out our website. Make sure you click on the link in the description, subscribe. And if you're enjoying videos like this, make sure that you give us a like and some feedback. I appreciate you being here today on this amazing talk on money, business, and investing, bringing you the good and bad news of money, the business principles that work in all economies. Remember, focus on the asset column, become more organized when it comes to building wealth, be OCD in regards to all the details about our businesses, critique and tweak and improve, invest in ourselves, and acquire financial education. Click the link in the description right now. Join our mission here at Master Investor. We have 3 ebooks: how to build cash flow with the internet, turn passive income on, the 10 new rules of money, and how to invest in crypto to build wealth. We're working on our 4th ebook. It should be released in the next month or so. It's called how to raise capital to build wealth. And then our fifth ebook is going to be on the legalities, everything that has to do with the right entity and how to minimize taxes and how to do tax planning and asset protection, and just give knowledge on those areas, okay? Again, Master Investor's mission is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity through high-quality financial education. Made simple, we're looking for opportunities to build passive income and true wealth. Thank you for having me again on this amazing talk. I'll talk to you on the next video, and I'll see you inside of our inner circle. Stay extraordinary and wealthy. Bye for now.